Hello and welcome to Highlights. My name is Jim Strawn, host of the television program Highlights from the Heart of Our Community. Is a television program brought to you through a collaboration between my company, Jim Strawn and Company, along with Optimum Cable Services and our good friends with Kanawha County Schools TV. And if you're a regular viewer of our program, and we certainly hope that you are, you know how much we love to focus on those grassroots organizations, charitable 501c3s, organizations, businesses, people doing outstanding work, amazing work to make our great state of West Virginia, our Kanawha Valley, and our city of Charleston and all points in between a much better place to live, learn, work, and to play. And on today's Highlights program, we're going to feature an organization that has been doing that for at least 30 years. And this time of year, as the trees start to bloom and the flowers start to bloom and the weather starts to warm up, we start thinking about the West Virginia Senior Sports Classic, where we invite people the age of 50 and over to participate in various activities around the Kanawha Valley. The West Virginia Senior Sports Classic, this is the 30th anniversary for the West Virginia Senior Sports Classic, and it'll be happening in and around various venues in Kanawha Valley in the month of June. So lots of good information coming to you about the West Virginia Senior Sports Games, and we have two pretty prominent folks who know a little bit about what they're talking about. Lots of good insight coming your way, lots of information coming your way. So sit back, relax, and soak it all up. I turn to my right. I welcome into the Highlights program, I think for the first time, Bobby Hurley. Bobby, first time on the show, right?
First time.
First time. You're a newbie.
Yes, yes.
So, but we recruited you to be a part of our committee. You're going to chair the golf event with the West Virginia Senior Sports Classic, right?
That's correct.
We appreciate you doing that.
Well, I'm glad to help.
No stranger to the show, my good friend Harold Vealey. Harold, how are you?
I am great.
You look great.
I am.
For a man of your
Build.
yes, build, I would say. Harold, I'm going to start with you. You've been on the show before. We've done this numerous times. You know a little bit about the West Virginia Senior Sports Classic. You know a little bit about the affiliation with the National Senior Sports Association. You are the president of the West Virginia Senior Sports Classic Board. Talk to the audience about the mission of the West Virginia Senior Sports Games and why we exist and why you continue to stay involved.
Well, actually, it's for health and welfare. I mean, that's ultimately what we strive to do. Get out there, exercise a little bit, get in your various sports, track and field, basketball, pickleball, whatever it may be. Try something. Now we have golf. Play golf. Get out there. Bob is running this golf, and we got to get the golfers out there.
Yeah, we certainly will. Harold, as I stay with you, you're the president of the board. We have a volunteer board, and you like to assign various board members, like you did Bobby for golf, like you do me for track and field. Scott Moyer, he runs the volleyball. That's a good model. Seems to be working for the board, right?
It works very well. When we ask them to do that, and they do a great job. They get the venue, they set up everything. Butch Pendle handles the pickleball at tennis club and does a great job. Yeah. Scott, like I say, all of them are bowling, and it just everything works. Everything meshes together, I should say.
One more thing with you, Harold, before I turn back over here to Bob Hurley. Let me ask you about your affiliation with the National Sports. Is it the National Senior Games Association?
Right.
I got that out. It was a mouthful. But you know those folks, right?
Oh, very, very well. Very well. I've been doing it for over 25 years.
You were on the board representing West Virginia.
I was. I was in the national board, representing West Virginia.
So, so this year, anyone that qualifies, and I'll go over the various sports in a moment, but this year, Harold, if you qualify, and you qualify for the national games every 2 years, and this is a qualifying year.
It is.
So if people in the events are in the top 3 this year in June, you qualify for the National Senior Games Association games in Des Moines, Iowa next summer. Is that right?
It is. And another thing, too, you really don't have to go to the national games. If you're super competitive, sure, go. But just play in West Virginia. Just have a good time. Get with some of your friends and say, let's run track. Let's run track with you.
Yeah,
as a matter of fact.
I recruit some of my friends to run track. I sprint for the track and field games, but I also kind of coordinate the whole track and field meet, and it's at Laidley Field. Let me go over some of the sports here.
I
real
want
quick.
to interrupt you just on basketball.
Yeah.
I'm always promoting basketball because we play.
You're a basketball player.
I'm a basketball player.
Right.
Have been for years. But we play in the South Charleston Rec Center, and actually that's where the qualifying for the national
there's
games.
a picture of you as I interrupt you. You're trying to play defense and gets, looks like Bob Corey
there's
there.
Bob Corey and Don Griffith there, and all my hair.
Yeah. Well, again, you're trying to play defense. You're not known for your D. You're known for your O.
I'm behind him.
So go ahead, Harold.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, we're talking about, the basketball.
Yeah, I was going to say, we practice from 10 to 12 at the South Charleston Rec Center. And if you're a silver sneaker, you can go down in there with your pass. I mean, it doesn't cost you a penny. Come down there and play with us. See if you still got it.
Yeah. Some of the other sports, I'm going to go over some of the other sports. We're talking about the 30th annual West Virginia Senior Sports Classic. It comes to Charleston in the Kanawha Valley, various athletic venues throughout the valley coming to you in June. Registration is open right now. Go to WVSSC.com. You can see on the screen that registration is open. Track and field will be June the 22nd at the UC Stadium, Laidley Field. Pickleball, Harold was just talking about that. Butch runs that for us. That event will be, I believe, June the 29th. It's at the Charleston Tennis Club.
Right.
We'll have well over 100 pickleball players, so you want to get registered now before we put a cap on that. Basketball, Harold was talking about that. That'll be at June the 15th at the South Charleston Rec Center. We have bowling on June the 22nd at the
Galaxy.
At the Galaxy Lanes up in the upper Kanawha City. June the 22nd, swimming at the Tri-County YMCA out in Tays Valley. Also that same day, June 22nd, we're at the Tri-County Y, and Scott Moyer will be spearheading the volleyball tournament. Golf, I'm going to turn to Bobby here in just a minute. Golf is on June the 18th. It'll start at 10 a.m. We hope to get enough players to have a shotgun start. Billiards will be on June the 15th. We hope to be playing out at Pool 21. So there's some of our sports. Bob Hurley, the chairman of our golf tournament this year. First year you've helped us with that, right?
First time I've been involved.
But you're a golfer.
I try.
You know the golf community.
Pretty well.
And members at various places. But this is new to you. But as I have a little bit of history with this, we played at Edgewood last year. We played at Little Creek. We played at a couple other courses in the Kanawha Valley. June the 18th, calling all golfers 50 years of age and older. You can see on the screen here. And we do these divisions. We haven't talked about it yet, Bob,
Right.
but we do these divisions in 5-year increments. This is open for males. This is open for females. And we're going to have a pretty good day, right?
I hope
You
so.
hope so, yeah.
I hope so. We've been, as I say, this is my first time, but I've been contacting people I know. We're getting some flyers put together, put them at the various clubs. I think it's just a fun opportunity and I know a lot. Well, most of my friends that play golf are seniors, so
Or at least 50 years of age.
Yeah,
and
at least
older.
50. At least 50.
So that's
Yes.
what this is all about. We're talking with Bob Hurley, and we're talking with Harold Vealey, and we're talking about the 30th West Virginia Senior Games, West Virginia Senior Sports Classic. Some people call it the West Virginia Senior Olympics, whatever you call it. Like Harold said, get involved. It's your time to shine. It is your time to shine. There's one of the track and field events right there, the hammer throw down at Laidley Field. It's your time to shine. Get in the game. If you haven't participated in the past, now's your time. It's great for just activity, get up off the couch, move a little bit,
Right.
keep your healthy competitive spirits going, but you don't have to be great. You just have to enjoy the camaraderie of competing in basketball and getting out there for the tee times on the golf course. June 18th is the golf tournament. We're going to play at the Little Creek Club this year. It's in South Charleston. 10 a.m. it'll get started. But I want to say this again, Bobby. You know these competitive guys and gals, if they're the top 3 in their division, and again, age division is 5-year increments, 50 to 54, 55 to 59, and so forth. The top 3 in each of those divisions qualify for Des Moines, Iowa.
That's right.
Like Harold said, they might go, they might not, but come out and play in our games, right?
Right, and to give him a little bit of bragging rights.
Yeah,
My gosh, and I'm the best golfer.
I'm the best in West Virginia.
Yes,
At my age.
But for my age.
That's right.
Well, that's, Harold knows this about me. I run track, and I run 50-meter dash and the 100-meter dash, and I'm fortunate to win some of those. There I am running right there. See me out in the lead, Harold?
I do. I was there.
You were there that day. That guy's from Martinsburg. He thought he had me, but I got him at the end because I was winded, but I was in better shape, and I won the 50, and I got him in the 100, and I qualified for the national games a couple years ago, and went down to Lauderdale. Didn't participate in Lauderdale because of my knee, but I got to go, and I had a blast. But like Bobby said, I'm the fastest guy for my age
There
in
you
West
go.
Virginia.
Bragging rights.
And my age is 60 to 64. So that was when I was about 61 or 62. What happens this year at age 64, I'm an old man in my division.
You're on the top end now.
Listen to you,
So
old
next
man.
year I'll be a neophyte again.
Yeah.
But it'll be fun for these folks, and we appreciate you getting them involved. We're going to have lots of beverages and snacks on the course, of course, and then we're going to have a little post celebration out at Barney's. It's like a little bar and grill, and sports bar and grill.
Sports bar on the west side,
West side
on Pennsylvania, or
Bigley
Bigley Avenue.
So that'll be fun. Speaking of bragging rights, Harold, I'm going to brag a little bit about you and your basketball team. And basketball is 3-on-3. Just want to kind of
Right.
clarify
Half
some
court.
things. Half court, 3-on-3. You play kind of man on man. But you've been playing this West Virginia senior sports and national senior sports for a little bit over 20 years now.
Yeah, 25
Talk
plus.
about your age division. I'll let you say it because I know you're proud of it. And your teammates, and how you
Right.
guys came together.
Well, my age bracket, I'm in the 85 to 89
Bobby, can you
bracket.
believe that?
He's
an anomaly,
He's
isn't
from the deep end of the gene pool. He really is.
So,
And we played in Pittsburgh last year, actually, and we won second place in the United States.
you went to the championship game.
We
in the
did.
United
We
States.
did in the United States. And we played a great team from Pittsburgh. Well, not from
In Pittsburgh, but-
Yeah, in Pittsburgh, right.
But-
And they had a guy that was 6'7", and we're all almost 6 foot tall. We all went to the same high school. We all went to Stonewall Jackson High School.
You played
in the
basketball in the 50s.
I did.
With the guys that you're still playing with
Right.
in the senior games.
Right, every one of us.
In the national championship game last year in Pittsburgh. 2 years earlier, you were in the national championship game
Right.
in Fort Lauderdale.
Uh-huh.
You've been to the championship game in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Exactly.
You just can't get to you get the silver medal. You're in the national championship game every year.
Actually, when I played in the 55 to
Yeah.
59, I played with a couple players that played over at Morris Hardy, which is
Yeah.
now UC, University of Charleston, and we did win the gold.
So you have won the gold national.
yeah.
You guys are a force to be reckoned with. And we've had some really wonderful athletes from West Virginia just a couple years ago and even last year win some golds. We had somebody that won a gold in swimming. We had Barbara's one of our favorite athletes, and Barbara Warren, she does a great job in track and field and the high jump, and she participates in quite a few events. So we have a proud and rich tradition here at the West Virginia Senior Games, and we hope that you will get involved. If you're sitting there and you're watching this or listening to this, please go to WVSSC.com, learn about the games, learn about the various activities and sports that we participate and coordinate, get registered. Registration is only $45, and if you register, you can do 2 events. Basketball would be one event. Track and field would be one event. Swimming would be one event. Even though you might do 2 or 3 track and field events or 2 or 3 swimming events, that's still considered one event, $45.
Jim,
Bob? Yeah.
when does registration close?
We're going to close registration probably the first week or so in May. We like to get everything done by the first week in May. Robin is our secretary and coordinator with our board of directors, and we got to order the T-shirts. So speaking of T-shirts, Harold, I know you want me to talk about this.
Right.
We're looking for sponsors. We have a couple sponsors now. Appreciate Humana. We appreciate the Health Path. We appreciate Health Plan. We have, there's a few others. I apologize. We have a few others. Bobby, you might look at your firm trying to do something. But we're looking for sponsors, and we have sponsorship packages available at $500, $1,000, $2,500, all the way up to $5,000. And so we need these registrations in by May because we're going to order T-shirts. If you want to be a sponsor, we'll get your logo on the T-shirt. We'll also give you quite a bit of social media love, if you will. We have a Facebook page. Go to our Facebook page. Just search West Virginia Senior Sports Classic on Facebook. You'll find our page there. So we need sponsors. I want to let you reiterate that, Harold. They're very critical for us.
Right. Oh, absolutely. We like for the sponsors to come to the games. I know Humana came and they brought their big bus out on Laley Field.
Yeah.
And we had our mayor there. We had our council people.
And they had all kinds of information about Humana, what they do.
Yeah.
You know, this is the market for them, 50 plus, right?
It is the market.
I mean, that's what Humana's involved nationally.
Yeah.
And the home office for the national, you and I both been there a couple times.
Exactly.
It's in Clearwater, Florida.
Right.
But they do these games all over the nation, United
All
States
over,
of America.
all over.
And again, it's called the National Senior Games Association. So what we're doing this year is we're qualifying in the 30th annual West Virginia Senior Games.
I might
We're
make note,
qualifying.
make note that even if you're not participating, come as a volunteer your first year possibly, and check it out. See if you really want to do it. We are looking for volunteers. We need volunteers to help us out, to keep score, to keep everything in order. So if you have the inkling to do something that's worthwhile, volunteer for this.
That was my next thing.
Was it?
Volunteers are critically needed. We need them at the track and field day on June the 22nd. We need them for volleyball, swimming. Bobby could use some volunteers at the golf course. We use volunteers at basketball. We just need, maybe some high school kids looking for some community service hours, college kids or college class looking for some credits, church organizations looking for ways, or just maybe you're looking for ways to get involved and you don't know if you want to participate, but you want to see what's going on. Come, please, volunteer. You give me a call if you want to volunteer. I'll give my number out there, 304-541-4756, 304-541-4756. May have a volunteer question. We may have a question about the games themselves. Call that number that you see on the screen, and I should be able to help you out. Bobby?
And Jim, as going back to sponsorships, you are a 501c3 organization.
Great point. We're
So-
a 501c3 not-for-profit
So
registered organization, so the
Deductible-
donation is deductible.
Deductible and a
Now,
lot
you
of
know about
firms-
that stuff. Yeah, in a previous life, you knew about this stuff. Talk about what you did for a living, Bob.
Well, what I still do on
You
a
still do,
part-time
yeah.
basis, I'm a financial advisor with Equitable Advisors.
So you know what we're so you know
and
this.
and also, see, my firm has a matching arrangement where they will match my contribution, and I'm sure there are a lot of other firms out there
Nice.
that where if an individual makes a contribution, they can get perhaps a matching.
I'm glad you brought that up. And the West Virginia Senior Sports Classic is a 501c3, so we are a not-for-profit organization. If you make a donation, a contribution, a sponsorship to our organization, it will be tax deductible. So that's a pretty good deal. So we need sponsorships, we need some volunteers, we need you to register if you would like by that first week in May. Registration is at the WVSSC.com website. I have on my notes here, Harold, I'll let you talk about this. One of our fundraisers is with our partner at Krispy Kreme. So if you order a dozen donuts from Krispy Kreme, don't eat them all at once before you run or play basketball. But they help us as well. We get a portion of that, don't we?
They do. You get online and you order them, then you go pick them up, and it helps senior games.
Yeah,
They volunteered to do that with us.
So on the golf, I'm going to put the golf flower up one more time, John, if you can, because Bob is here. The divisions are 5-year increments, is for players 50 and older. I want to make sure it doesn't say it on there, but that silhouette on the right, that is a female golfer. So this is for males and females 50 years of age this year. You might be turning 50 in August or September of this year. You still qualify.
It counts if you turn 50 this year?
You turn 50 this year.
Okay.
So if you're 49 right now and you turn 50 in September, October, you still qualify.
Okay.
So 50 plus, and you can golf. Bobby's number was on the screen there if you want to call him about golf. Not anything else. Call Bobby about the golf. Call me about anything else. And the top 3 in each division qualify for the national games next year in Des Moines, Iowa. I'm going to say it one more time. Track and field on June the 22nd. Pickleball, very popular. please register for pickleball so Butch can get you in there. That's June the 29th at the Charleston Tennis Club. Basketball, we're playing down at the South Charleston Rec Center. We love playing down there. They're great. Basketball, if you're thinking about putting a team in, it's just 3-on-3. So 5 or 6 of you get together so you can have some backups and some breathers. 5 or 6 is a pretty good team number, right, Harold? So that we're playing basketball 3-on-3, June the 15th. Bowling will be at Galaxy Lanes. This is a fan favorite, and this is one of our bowling athletes love to bowl in our tournament, so we have pretty good bowling participation. Galaxy Lanes, June the 22nd this year. Swimming is June 22nd. Volleyball is June 22nd. Both of those events will be at the Tri-County YMCA. Golf, we've talked about Little Creek Park. Billiards.
Can I add
I'm going to
something?
come back. Yeah, you
Right.
can. I was going to come back to you. Billiards at Pool 21 on June 15th. I'll let you add, but then I was going to ask you, have you been to Little Creek Park recently? How's the course?
Sure, the course is in good shape. Since the city of South Charleston bought it, they put a lot of money in it.
They do a nice job.
They do a nice
New clubhouse,
job.
relatively new to us.
Right, and it's centrally located, one of the reasons we picked it. Now, right now, we just have tee times because, like I say, this first time I've ever been involved, I didn't know how.
If we have more players, we'll do a shotgun.
Right, you've got to get a shotgun starter to get to course, you've got to have a good number of players. And I just, being the first time involved, I don't know what we're going to have. I hope we're going to have a good turnout. I'd like to see 30, 40, 50 people out there.
If we get 30, 40, 50, 60 golfers, we can probably do the shotgun.
We'll do a shotgun, and that's the way to do it. So we need to get the registrations in so I can go ahead and lock a shotgun, then you get the whole course.
So just be cognizant of that. If you're a 50-plus golfer and you register, there'll be more information coming about whether it's a shotgun at 10 or your tee time is 10:42. Something like that, right?
Right.
So we just want to
On the golf, my son is a rep for Cleveland Club.
That's right.
He's one of the sponsors.
he donated. He's one of the sponsors. He
Yeah.
donated a sleeve to each player.
Nice. Well, who's he with? Cleveland?
Cleveland Clubs.
Cleveland Clubs.
And
So if you register, you know you're getting some balls at least from Cleveland.
But you can lose out on the golf course.
Ooh, they like the golf courses like to swallow those, but I like to find those Cleveland balls every once in a while too. Great conversation with Bobby Hurley. He's chairing our golf committee this year. Harold Vealey is our president of the West Virginia Senior Sports Classic Association. I think we've covered just about everything. I'm looking around. Harold, what am I leaving out? Anything
I don't think you're leaving out
I think
much.
we got it covered.
You do.
Bobby, I know you don't know what you're doing, but do you think we have it covered?
It's never stopped me before.
You know what you're doing when it comes to golf. So thank you, Bobby, for volunteering to take that this year, and thank you, Scott, for doing the volleyball, and thank you, Steve Byron, for doing the swimming. And
right,
I'm
exactly.
happy to do the track and field. Butch, what's Butch's last name?
Pendle.
Butch Pendleton.
Pendle.
Pendle.
P-E-N-D-E-L. Yeah.
Doing our pickleball. Sandy does our bowling, right? Chris Wade, we all know Chris Wade from the, I know Chris from the old Charleston Family YMCA Corporate Cup. I knew he'd be good, so we recruited him to be on our board for this, and he's going to kind of spearhead.
You got to mention Robin.
The bowling. Robin Bush. We got to have Rob.
We have to have her.
Where would we be without Robin Bush?
Not in good shape. She is great.
We call her our secretary, but I think she really runs the show, like most.
More like executive director.
Executive director, but she really keeps us in order when it comes to registrations, making sure we have everything in order. So thank you, Robin, for your continued work on this. And Harold, I just want to thank you. You got me involved 3 or 4 years ago. You said, Jim, I think we could use you on this.
Right.
You know, when this West Virginia senior thing, and I go, what makes you think that? What makes you think I'm a senior? Of course I am. We've already divulged my age, but you know, I ran track in my day up at Herbert Hoover, just like you play basketball at Stonewall. So it's been fun for me. I've really enjoyed it. If I can keep my knees in shape. My wife doesn't want me to run. She wants me to do something else. So you may see me at the Pool 21 playing some billiards.
Sure.
You may see me at the golf course trying to play golf with Bob. Things that are a little bit easier on my knees.
Well, I've seen you dance. No,
no, we can't dance. We can't. No dance. There's not a dancing.
There's not a category for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't qualify for that. Bobby, do you have a parting shot one more time? Just let people know, hey, you'll miss a good time if you're not part of this.
Yes, of course. Like I say, 5-year increments. So we've got 3 winners in each class.
So a lot of winners.
And I'm to the point, and some of my friends, where there probably won't be a whole lot in their
Right,
class.
right. I mean, there's you have some golfers that are 80 to 84.
I've got some good friends that are 80 to 84, and some that are in the 85 to 89.
Young guys.
And
well, with
and
Harold.
they're good, and they're pretty good golfers.
And
so
they can beat me.
Yeah,
well, of
so
course, that doesn't take much.
I think they have. I think what we're saying is you might have a pretty good shot to qualify for the national games,
Yeah,
which
sure.
is kind of neat to
Sure.
experience.
And these guys
too.
have the means to go, and they just
Yeah.
might do it.
Yeah. Harold, a parting shot from you, something we have. Why should folks get involved if they haven't before?
Well, as I said before, nothing else, it gets you moving.
Yeah.
I mean, you think, well, this would be the day that I'm going to exercise, and you don't do it. At least you got friends that will encourage you. They'll pick you up. You'll go to go play golf, go play basketball, and you just work together. You have to do it. You have to get involved somehow.
That's why you were saying that you regularly play ball with these guys.
Yeah.
And you go.
You have to.
You go.
You got to have a
And-
workout,
And
buddy.
I'm getting prepared now for track and field, even though obviously a couple months away. You just got
Right.
Like we've heard this commercial: "A body in motion stays in motion."
Yeah, that's a good one.
Harold, you're a walking example
Yeah,
of that.
okay.
Jeez,
You're right.
indeed. We love me some Harold Vealey, the president of the West Virginia Senior Sports Classic. We appreciate Bobby Hurley chairing our golf this year. June 18th is that. Go, one more time, go, WVSSC.com. Learn more, get registered. Call me if you have any questions. I'm happy to be a part of this board, help you any way I can, facilitate any answers and questions you may have. Give me a call, 304-541-4756. Please, if you're considering sponsoring, we'd love to have you.
Right.
Please, we need volunteers. Call me about volunteers. Registration will close that first week in May. Call Krispy Kreme, get you some donuts. We get a portion of that. It's all the time we have for on this edition of Highlights. As always, brought to you by my company, Jim Strawn and Company, along with Optimum Cable Services, and of course our good friends with Kanawha County Schools TV. We'll see you at the West Virginia Senior Sports Classic events in June, and we'll see you next time right here on Highlights. Take care now.